All right, it's time for another mailbag, so let's get into it. Mind and Magic, are you YouTube user so-and-so? No. All right, this person wants to know what the Kabbalistic Tree of Life means to me. Such a simple yet complex question, because there's people who study Kabbalah their entire lives and are still coming up with new insights into the Tree of Life. I would say that it is a blueprint for the nature of reality, and it may not make a lot of sense to you right now, but perhaps it will later. If you're just starting out, I wouldn't say that you would need to concern yourself so much with the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. You say you're into tarot, and once you're into that, astrology, learn about the chakras and the energy of the body, and you want to start tying everything together, then you can look at the Tree of Life and start having insights into it. I only covered the Tree of Life at the beginning to help illustrate the point of polarity and how it's built right into the Tree of Life. That is the main point that I wanted to get across, because you have to start learning about polarity from the onset for a lot of other things to start making sense. If you're working the self-initiation course, Kabbalah, Magic, and the great work of self-transformation, it will begin to introduce the Tree of Life to you. And if not, then it's not something that you're going to have to concern yourself with, at least not in the beginning. All right, this person had done a spell for a friend of hers, a grandmother of a child who she was trying to get custody of, as her parents were heroin addicts and had, criminal rap sheets, and it was just not a good environment for the child, so her grandmother was trying to get custody of the child. So this person did a spell trying to help out her friend get custody, and then forgot about it, and then lo and behold, a couple months later, the mother died of a heroin overdose, and she's wondering if she is responsible for that, because after this overdose, the friend did get custody of the child, and the spell was successful in that regard. But now she's feeling a bit guilty about it. And this is why when we're doing spell work, we bind the action not wanted by adding may it harm none, or better yet, may it bless all who are involved. I'm not saying that you killed this child's mother, but you totally killed this child's mother. And I know that's a terrible thing to say, but the alternative is to say that your magic didn't work, that your spell had nothing to do with the outcome. When the results manifest, when coincidences happen, we have to assume the magic worked. To say otherwise would be disempowering. I don't believe in cherry-picking our magical results. I know a lot of other people may have answered this question, oh, no, you didn't have anything to do with it. It's okay. But you aimed for a specific result, and you got that result. How it came about, as I say, for every magical operation, is always going to come as a surprise. And this is why we bind down the means that we don't want it to happen. We don't want it to harm anyone else. We want everyone to be blessed with the result so that it's a win-win. Now, would this woman have overdosed on heroin at some point anyway? It's good probability. If she hadn't, what she got to look forward to? More heroin, more crime. I mean, there is a small chance that someone like that will get off of it and get clean, but, the odds aren't that good. So I wouldn't beat yourself up too badly over it, but you should learn the lesson and not leave such things to chance anymore. You are the master of your reality, and the lesson is to become responsible for it. Now, you didn't intend for it to happen, so you're not guilty of purposely trying to harm someone. You're not guilty of purposeful, baneful magic. You simply made a mistake. And as long as you learn from that mistake, you'll be all right. There's a reason I teach taking responsibility. Magic is serious business, and there can be great consequences if we're going about it haphazardly. Magical results are always going to manifest with synchronicity through some sort of logical and coincidental means. As such, there's always going to be that plausible deniability. It's 100% certain that this woman killed herself through a heroin overdose. And the temptation is to say, well, your magic didn't have anything to do with that. No one wants to be responsible for something like that. But it's always best to assume that the magic was successful. In this way, not only do we learn from it, but we also keep ourselves magically empowered. It's like the whole with great power comes great responsibility thing from Spider-Man. Once it sinks in that we have the power to fix or ruin lives, shit gets real. And sometimes that's exactly what we need. Again, I wouldn't beat yourself up over it too much. Frater Xavier has made plenty of mistakes and blunders as well along his path. I don't recall anyone ever dying as a result of any magical operation, but I've certainly caused quite a bit of havoc. That's not to say that what has happened to you is all that uncommon, however. It has been known to happen. What's done is done, however, and all we can do is carry on and avoid making the same mistakes. Alright, now this person goes into what is required for sigil work, and then says he doesn't think that the maker of the video, myself, is not developed enough to be an adept, let alone a teacher, but does respect anyone with basic knowledge. I just think it's quite fitting that this was a comment on my perspective video, because this is his perspective. Perhaps I am not a fit teacher for you with 15 years experience, but that does not mean that I'm not a fit teacher for someone else. I would question how developed you are to claim that your perspective should be the perspective of everyone else. No, because it's not up to me. It's up to the people learning from me. And based upon all the daily messages that I get, thanking me for improving the lives of many people, I'm working under the assumption that I'm doing a pretty good job. And all the things that you went over in regards to sigil magic, I've already covered in Manifesting Reality and the Laws of Magic series. I've gone over all of that stuff. So I'm not exactly sure where your perspective is coming from, other than this need to lord over someone with ego. I know more than you, which I have no problem with. I would only ask, what are you doing with that knowledge? I don't mind criticism when it's not simply for the sake of criticism. If you're going to introduce a problem, you would best offer a solution. Action, not words. If you think I'm unfit to teach, then you teach. I'll be your first subscriber. Share what you know so others can learn, or be silent and not get in the way of those who are. And you know the old saying, those who cannot do, criticize. It comes down to what are you contributing yourself. I'd say we've been doing pretty good so far. We've had a lot of success stories, and we've only killed one person, allegedly. Alright, this next person wants to know if I've heard of the 13th Church. No, I haven't. I may have heard the name float around before, but I know nothing of it. Now, talking about success stories, this one is one of my favorite. Hello, Frater. I hope all is well with you. I just finished listening to Players and Pawns. I figured there would be a message like that coming soon, because when I heard you state your political views, I knew that would rile people up. I just wanted to give you a few updates with me because my life has truly changed, and it would not have been possible without me learning about mastering the subconscious. Not that I think that I'm a master yet, but I'm certainly doing much better than I was. Since my last email to you, I have moved from the hellish area to one of the nicest areas. My kids are in the top school in the city, and we love our new apartment. I'm in a new relationship with a guy I met several years ago. We've been together for a few months now, and things have been great. I had to go to court to finish dealing with situations. I wake up in the mornings, most mornings, and I can't believe how much my life has changed, how happy the kids and I are, how everything has turned out even better than I was hoping for. The spirit of Jupiter is all around me, and I'm often moved to tears at how much I love my life now, how much things have changed in less than a year. I can't thank you enough for the part you played in making these changes possible. I'm enjoying the Laws of Magic series. Thanks for all the info and advice. This is someone who wrote to me a while back seeking help because her life was a living hell. And I'm not going to go into the issues that she was having, but she didn't know a way out of them. And I gave her a few simple things that she could do, both with mind and magic. And now here it is, almost a year later, and her life is completely changed. And as much as I'd like to take credit for that, she did the work. All I can do is be a guide. But she did the work, and I'm very proud of her. She made the decision to do something about it and stuck with it. And I love it when people realize that they could have a life better than they ever thought possible just by doing a few simple things. So this is one of my favorite success stories because every facet of her life is now for the better. And I think I'm going to end this one on a high note. I know it's a bit shorter mailbag than normal, but this truly is the most busy time of the year for me, and my time is divided up even more so than usual. I'll make sure to get another one in soon though. And with that, I will see you all next time. Take care.